Good morning, guys. Mo Morales here. Hope everyone's having a wonderful Sunday. I'm out here in Secaucus, the Secaucus Marsh. Back over here is the New York City skyline. And I'm hoping everyone's having a great day. So in a few weeks, mid-April, this is going to be obviously much more lush, more greenery. Leaves will be filled in on all these trees, a bunch more birds. We might have some migrants fly through this area. Just a reminder that it's always a good idea to get out and enjoy life, you know? You never promise tomorrow, you never promise a minute from now. So don't deprive yourself from morning walks, beautiful time. You know, I'm not a young man, and I saw my first duck butt splash landing, and graceful through the air, and then when he landed right on his butt, and I thought it was pretty hilarious. But it's not why I'm here today, to talk to you. I was asking myself the other day, now that I have, that's one problem when you're shooting in a marshy area. You can see beautiful birds, yet can't focus on them because they're in between the reeds of this marsh here. So, at least I got to see him. But as I was saying, now that I have the Viltrox 27 millimeter 1.2, I was thinking to myself, Fuji needs to update a couple things in their lineup. I also had the 75 millimeter 1.2. I loved that lens for the week I had it, and it was just too heavy. It was just, obviously young men out there who work out on a regular won't care how heavy that lens is. And older men who just want the shot, no matter how heavy the lens is, won't care either. I'm not doing a lot of professional work these days, right? So to me, wanting to carry a lens with me is more important than the shot. I can get a great shot with the Sigma 56 millimeter 1.4. I love that lens, by the way. I've only used it a couple times, and it has given me such 3D pop. It was weird. But anyway, sidetrack. I was thinking Fuji needs to update a couple of lenses or add some new lenses to their lineup. For instance, the more popular and widely used lens for portrait work, right, goes from 56 millimeters to the 90 millimeter, which has allowed Viltrox to come in and hijack that market that's right in the middle at the 75 millimeter focal length. I think Fuji needs to come out with a updated 80 or a brand new 75. They have an old 60 macro. No one's using that really. I mean, it's not a horrible lens. It's not a bad lens at all. It's just not a popular lens, and it's not a lens commonly used by photographers. So that brings me back to, I think Fuji needs to incorporate something with a wide open aperture at the range of maybe again 670 through 80. That way they have something to compete with these Viltrox lenses, which everyone keeps raving about. And if I know anything about Fuji fanboys, they rather have a large aperture lens from Fuji than from Viltrox. But since Fuji doesn't have it, they're gonna jump all over the Viltrox stuff. Again, Fuji's not losing money and they're not doing anything like that. This is just me thinking out loud of what they can do, what can they update. The 80's been around forever, the 60's been around forever. And like I said, there hasn't been anything really portrait level between the 56 and the 90 ever, that you would actually use today for portrait work while I'm out here looking for wildlife. It's a beautiful day. It's supposed to be raining any second now, so gonna head to the car. So I don't have an official review for this lens yet. I've used it a couple of times now, and I've enjoyed using it. Am I getting the same quality I would have gotten from the 100 to 400 from Fuji or the 150 to 600? Probably not. Uh, I think though, based on reviews I've seen of the 150 to 600, this one might be a better option for quality because on this body specifically, the XT5 and the X100, the X100, that's so much on my mind. The XH2 lineup, these sensors, they go right into diffraction so quickly, you know. So I'm thinking, so if you're already at f8 and diffraction kicks in one stop down at f11, what really good is it doing, right? So I think if you're going to get a big lens and you don't want to get the Sigma, I would go 100 to 400. You get the 200 to 600 equivalent. Plus, if you have this body, you could do in body 1.4 crop or 2 times crop. But again, that's only for your JPEGs because the raw photo will still be its full resolution output. And just like that, the rain has started here in New Jersey on another Sunday pre-spring. Can't wait for the weather to get better, get better options on birds to shoot and wildlife in general. But what do you think? Am I just an old man talking about getting off my grass, telling people to get off my grass? Or do you kind of agree? Do you think we in the Fuji world deserve another option when it comes to the 75 millimeter range? Okay, so like I said previously, I think, excuse me, I'm looking for my lens and stuff, but like I said before, I believe Fuji can bring out something compact, well, more compact than what the Viltrox options are. Viltrox options are immaculate, but they're huge. For instance, this is the Sigma 56 millimeter, very, very compact, right? This is the Sigma 18 to 50, 2.8, very compact. My favorite zoom lens for the Fuji system, mind you. 18 to 55 used to be my favorite. I never had the 16 to 55, so I can't talk about it. But that's also heavy. And again, I prefer lightweight over heavyweight, which is why I went with the Sigma. I never finished that point because the rain started coming down. But this is the Viltrox 27 millimeter. This chunky monkey is about 100 grams lighter than the 75 millimeter, but it's still heavy. And it's not heavy in a sense like, oh my God, I don't want to take this one. This one isn't at that point because it's about, like I said, 100 grams lighter than the 75, but it's almost to the point where if it didn't give me such great photos so far, I might not have brought it with me. And another thing that bothers me about this, and it could be my lens hood specifically, there's no click. It does not lock into place. I'm trying to line up the dots here. You can see the dots are lined up. But there's no click, so I feel like it's just gonna slide off on its own. So I'm not a fan of this lens hood design. So Viltrox, if you're watching and if you care, do something about that. But let me know in the comments below. Team Fuji, let's get that 75. All right. Until next time, have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your Sunday or whenever you're blessing me with watching this video. Take care.